Good morning and welcome. So today I'm going to be doing a live solve of the Times Quick Cryptic number 2699, 2699, and this has been set by Oink. Oink is so-called the piggy setter, and he usually, I assume it's a he, usually includes a clue that's pig related. So I'm not sure if I'll spot it on the way through. I'll probably go straight past it, but when I do the talk through afterwards of all the clues, then hopefully I'll spot it then. So yeah, I think from the past memory, Oink I generally get on okay with maybe a 10 to 15 minute solve. Nothing too difficult, but we'll see. So I'm just going to reset the timer and then get cracking. One across, a strain for Emperor's wife. A strain working for Emperor's wife. That's probably an anagram of a strain to give us an Emperor's wife that I'm not very keen on. Not keen on knowing. Country in which one will find kippers. The land of somewhere. Land of sea? Don't know. Help with article on campus activity. Help with article. So articles the, a, and on. Not on, sorry. 3 down. Shred a letter to Aristotle and Nassus. Quite a strange set of letters. 4 letters. Leon. Eon. I'm just looking for a hidden word there. Shred a letter to Aristotle and Nassus. That was a Greek shipping magnate, as I recall, but that's probably not very relevant. Let's go. Let's look at this 7 across. British scandals. Brogues. Sorry. Scoundrels. 4 down. Musical instrument found in sack. Do you say? Tuba? Yeah, I think that's a tuba because type of potato. Something to do with potatoes. Don visiting solitary chap, a city dweller. Solitary chap is Don. Don is a teacher, a university lecturer. Can't see how I can do anything with that. Don visiting, so maybe that's D-O-N in there somewhere. A blonde's contrived affectionate of dress. A blonde's contrived. A blonde. I think it might be an anagram. A blonde. Let's look at this one down. A body of water overseas. I believe that's a broad. So you get the Norfolk Broads. Old. Bean. Okay, so that one's wrong. Let's take that out then while I can. Old bean. Musical instrument found in sack. Loot. Yeah, I think that's loot actually. Saying loot is referring to criminal proceedings, if you steal stuff. Okay, let's go back over here. Put Don in there because I think that probably is Don. Individuals visiting one Asian country or another. Indonesia. So India's around ones. That looks like it's going to be an and. Features of a musical creating a song and dance. Son having dessert. Son having dessert. Or potato. 4 letters. Son having dessert or dessert. Yeah. Spud. Initially, Omani spy aims to disturb meetings. I've got an S there, which is straight. Initially normally means Omani spy aims to disturb meetings. Don visiting a city dweller is a Londoner, which is going around alone. So that's Don inside loner. Let's have a look at this 4-letter word over here. Car valuation, regularly neglected. So that's A-U-T-O, auto. So that's alternating letters of valuation. Come back and show you that. Manager, mislaying old earrings. Manager is 7 letters, mislaying old earrings. Got an O. I think that's O with earrings. overseer, arranger, this one down here, I'm not sure it does. Help with article on gambler's activity. Gambler's activity is betting, isn't it? Yes. Articles A are betting. Oh, what's that going to be? That's probably going to be an organiser. Organiser, which is anagram of earrings. Naive, as some popes were. I something N. Oh, naive, as some popes were. I'm hoping that's not one of the. Oh yes, they're innocent. I was trying to think of the names of popes there. My brain was a bit off. Saw. It's normally how some people prefer their whiskey. Straight, Scotch, iced. Not really a drinker, so I'm not quite sure what else. Look at these two up here. Well, I've got a chance. One to whom candidate must appeal. Elector, voter. One to whom candidate must appeal. So this top one. A strain. So it's definitely an anagram of transia. Let's see what this is here. Shred a letter to Aristotle Onassis. Shred. A letter. Okay. Alpha, beta. So it's going to be Aristotle Onassis, Greek. A letter. Greek letter meaning shred, which is kind of difficult to say. Beta would go there. Haven't got a B. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta. Z. Haven't got a Z in that anagram. Zeta, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota. Could be iota. That would sort of thing. What is that? Shred. Oh, okay. Yeah, small things in iota. One to whom candidate must appeal. I think that's elector. I'm not sure if there's something more interesting going on in that clue. If I elect someone, normally it's a voter, isn't it? I suppose the elector is the person who votes. So I've got S and an N. So Tranisa or Trasina or something else. Or is it even a Tsarina? There we are, an emperor's wife, Tsarina. That makes sense. That's a lot easier than I thought. What have we got down here? Alibi of French dealer in stolen goods. Alibi of dare in stolen goods is a fence. Yeah, it's a defence, isn't it then? Fence is person who sells stolen goods. Posh chap having time away. Posh, toff. Time off. Tea off. Like it. Storehouse, some feather which land of nod, I think that is. Kippers, so kippers as in going to sleep. Saw is noticed, not iced. There we are, silly. So a good little bit of pun there. Ground next to animal's lair, very wet. Sodden, I suppose. Ground is a sod, yep. Calls round with advice to evildoer. Calls round. Drops in, I think. Calls round is drops. Advice. Oh yeah, evildoer, drop the sin. Bristly customer finding love in booze. I've got the O. Is that bar? Yeah, ball, I think. So here's the biggie clue, ball. Hurried back to consider report. That's what this one. Initially, Omani spy aims. I think that's to disturb meetings. Initially, Omani spy aims. I think that's. I know. That's a synopsis, isn't it? No, it's not a synopsis. What am I saying? Meetings. Golly. Hurried back to consider report. Hurried back. Check I've done the rest of it. Hurried back to consider report. I'm going to have to write this down, I think. So I've got Omani spy, so a letter O for Omani, because it said initially spy. Oh, it's symposia, I know, symposia, which which just leaves this one, hurried back to consider report. Hurried. Back to consider report. Naught. No. Ouch. Ouch. Stuck on that. Is it narrate? Report. Narrate. Ran. Yeah. There we go. Correct. Congratulations. 9:45. Wow. One of my top 10 times ever. So, wow. Really pleased with that. So, 9:45 on an oink. Let's go through the clues. Let's see what happened. So, yeah. A strain working for Emperor's wife. Well, an emperor is a czar, so the wife of an emperor is a czarina, so that's the clue. And that was an anagram of a strain. Look at the next one. B for British, and then a scoundrel is a rogue. Well, we've got scoundrels, although it's kind of misdirecting us with an apostrophe, suggests the shoes belong to it, but we want an S on it, so it's rogues, B rogues, and brogues are a type of shoe. One to whom candidate must appeal. There's a question mark on it, so that always suggests it's kind of a punny kind of clue. So if you're if you're a candidate in an election, you're trying to appeal to electors. So elector. A blonde's contrived, affectionate address. So I could somehow manage to see that was an anagram of a blonde. For some reason we're losing the S. I'm never quite sure about when to conclude the S and when to lose them. But obviously the number of letters suggested I only needed the first part, a blonde. Contrived means make an anagram of that, and we get the affectionate address. Well done, old bean. So, auto. So a car is an automobile. So valuation regularly neglected. So the clue is saying to us, neglect, drop regular letters, and you can see in valuation we've got A, U, T, O as the even letters of valuation. Indonesia, individuals, so ones, I guess that is, ones visiting one Asian country, so IND, IA. So India is one Asian country, and we're getting to another Asian country, which is Indonesia. Organizer, so a manager is an organizer. Mislaying, old, so take the O for O is old. That's just a standard bit of abbreviation in crosswords. And then earrings is the other 8 letters, and we need to mislay them, so I rearrange those letters, and somehow I managed to rearrange those into O, organizer, for that one. I like this one, spun. Sun is S, another classic bit of abbreviation, and if you have your dessert you get a pudding, you get a pud. So yeah, and a potato is a spud. Notice, so another bit of punny wordplay coming up here. So the clue was saw how some preferred their whiskey. So if you saw something, you noticed it, and how some people prefer their whiskey is not iced. So answer's noticed. And again, we've got another one like that here. So calls round is you drop in, drops in, because there's an S on the call, so drops in. And the advice you give to an evildoer is to drop their sin. Alibi is a defence, and the of French, it says alibi of French dealer in stolen goods. Well, let's break that sentence down. So alibi is the word we're looking to define, or to get an answer to. Of French, so in French, of is de, and then a dealer in stolen goods is a fence. So we get defence. Here we are, narrate, my last one in. So hurried, back is ran, R-A-N, and if you consider something, you rate it. So that gives you, put that together and you get narrate, which is a report. If I report something to you, I narrate it to you. So country in which one will find kippers. So the word here, kippers, is trying to get you to think about the sea and fish, but actually it was talking about people who are asleep. having a kip. I was lucky, say, from the 342 I got the land of part, and then Nod once I was down there. So the land of Nod, place where people go to sleep in kind of myths and books. Number 2, helping with article on gamblers' activity. So again, this is quite a simple breakdown. If you help someone criminally, especially, you're aiding and abetting. An article, there's in English, I think there's only 3 articles. The letter A, an, or the. In French, I think the articles are un, une, le, la, and les. Words for a or an or the. So A is an article and it's on gambler's activity, which is betting. So a very simple way to get to that. Okay, 3 down. Shred a letter to Aristotle analysis. So this kind of caused me some problems. So shred. So it wasn't to do with shredding a letter as in cutting it up in any kind of way. Shred is actually saying a very small piece, which is what you get after you cut things up. Very small piece, shred. And a shred is an iota of something. A letter to Aristotle Anasis. As I said in Solve, I spent my time just going through the Greek alphabet to get to, because Aristotle Anasis was Greek, so it's looking for a Greek letter. A body of water overseas. So a body of water is a broad, like the Norfolk Broads is a body of water, and if you go overseas, you're going abroad. Londoner. Okay, this is very nicely given to us, this one, in the respect that it says Don visiting solitary chap, a city dweller. So Don is in the middle of that clue, which is quite unusual to actually give you the word to put in there, but it does happen on the quicks. Don, and that's going in L-O-N-E-R, loner, who is someone who's a solitary chap. Could be a solitary female, I suppose, but typically you think of a loner as being a solitary chap, and a city dweller is a Londoner. Musical instrument found in sack, did you say? So did you say here is saying to us, look, it's going to be a sound alike. It's going to be 2 words that are spelt differently but sound the same. So lute is an old musical instrument, old stringed instrument, and sack is referring to what criminals put their ill-gotten gains into. So lute. Features of a musical creating a stir. So features of a musical are a song and dance, and if you create a stir, well, that's a bit of a song and dance. It just means everything's a bit het up. Naive. Well, innocent is naive, and there were popes. Pope Innocent the first, probably. I don't know. My pope knowledge isn't great, but I guess there's Pope Innocent the first, the second, the third. Okay, this is another interesting one. Initially, Omani, so that's saying take the O of Omani, and then spy aims to disturb. So take those 8 letters, the O, A, I, M, S of aims, and S, P, Y of spy. Omani spy, initially Omani spy aims to disturb, so mix them up and you get meetings, which are symposia. So a meeting can be a symposium. The, I guess, Latin plural of that is symposia. As opposed to, I would have guessed it's symposiums. So 15 down. Ground next to animal's lair, very wet. So ground, piece of turf is a sod, and an animal's lair is a den. So put sod next to den and you get sodden, which is very wet. And another one I liked here, toff, 18 down, sorry. Posh chap is a toff, having time, T equals time, very familiar, very frequent abbreviation, T equals time, and if you're away, you're off. So toff. And finally, we get the piggy clue, 19 down. Bristly customer, finding, I don't know why bristly customer, I mean that's kind of a strange but kind of nice clue, nice definition. Bristly customer, a bore. Finding love, so love is O, so if you see love in tennis it means you've got no points. And a boozer is a pub, an inn, and in this case it was a bar, so that gives us bore. So there we go, all done, 9:45. Really pleased with that, and thank you for watching. Oh,